Why am I farming? You know, it was a hard question. I thought about it for a few days, but the bottom line is this is why I'm farming the heirloom tomato. I love heirloom tomatoes, and this guarantees me my yearly supply. Well, I grew up in Chicago, born and raised in Pilsen actually, and my wife is Denise is from Detroit, and how we got interested in farming is uh, basically we bought this farm as a getaway from Chicago, weekend getaway. We weren't looking for a farm, we're just looking for a cabin somewhere, and you know this place was kind of beautiful. The price was right, and the grapes and the apples were all leased out, so it's like we didn't have to farm. We were just buying a getaway in our minds, and a few years went by and our garden kept getting bigger every year, and we stopped going to the beach and we started weeding and planting and picking, and that's when I realized that I liked it. I really loved it.
And he couldn't find heirloom tomato plants.
This is true.
So on the deck in Chicago, first thing we had was a greenhouse. And then seeds were popping up everywhere. And then we were spending our whole weekends here with these tomatoes. And he wouldn't grow a red tomato. And my
Refused
mother
to, right?
was like, "Where are the red tomatoes?" I'm like, "See, you have to grow some red." So now we grow red. But yeah, he fell in love with the heirloom
Yeah,
tomatoes.
it's all about the tomato. We're still Chicagoans. We have a home in Chicago, and but we live in Michigan for 8 or so months out of the year, and we go into the city to Green City Market, which is like one of the top 5 markets in the country. Everybody has to be certified sustainable, organic, naturally grown, humane. There's many type of certifications, and so Green City Market, we have 3 days there, Wednesday, Saturdays, and then there's a satellite Green City in Chicago on Saturday also. But a part of that, a lot of restaurants go to Green City Market, so huge part of our business is selling to restaurants. I guess the easy answer is I'm still learning. It's been this is our 7th year farming, and yeah, you know, I asked Denise for Christmas presents. I wanted some books, you know, anything to do with organics and farming, and she obliged me, and go to seminars.
You took some classes to Michigan State?
Yeah. Since I have my own business, I got to kind of make my own hours, and I would take 2 days, come into Michigan, and Michigan State had some beginning farmer classes. So, and like I say, still learning.
Farming's tough.
You get humbled very easy. You know, there's one year you'll have a great crop, whatever it might be, might even make some money. You know, one year 2 years ago, we actually made a little bit of money, and so you think you got it, and you're riding high, and you're planning for the next year, and then you get humbled. You know, the weather is huge. The bugs that come in here are huge. Most of it's weather related though. So, is it easier? I'm going to say probably not. First of all, we have nothing against the way anybody really farms. We're not people that cast stones, you know, and you know there's arguments on every side, and we just concentrate on what we do, and we only use organic inputs, fertilizers, insecticides, pesticides, and yes, the conventional chemicals are much more effective and much cheaper,
Cheaper.
you know,
So
three,
much
four,
cheaper.
500% cheaper. So it would be
And their
easier.
yield is a lot higher than our yield.
Right. And but is that do the conventional farmers have it? Could they sleep till noon every day and live the good life? No, they got to work too. You know, they have a lot of the same problems we do, except what they use is a little cheaper and a lot more effective. Being at the markets, we have a lot of up and back conversation. It's not just I want a tomato. People that come to a farmer's market, yeah, they want the really good produce, but they want to get to know the farmer. They want to have a conversation. They want to know how we grow things. So we tell it over and over and over. After 7 years, a lot of our customers are the same, but we get new ones all the time. And even our uh, new customers, sometimes our old customers will be in the booth too, and they'll tell the new people
Right.
what we're all about.
The younger generation seems to be more knowledgeable than people in our generation.
Yeah.
And we've been in some markets where It was tough to educate them, and they're from the generation where it should be big and cheap, and
Right.
farmers can make a quarter on the dollar. It's
Right.
okay. So, but the younger generation kind of gets it more, I think.
Yeah. This a couple of regular markets where nobody has to be certified. There were farmers there selling tomatoes for $1.50 a pound, and we're selling them for $3.50, and we're not making that $2 difference.
Right,
It's not
right.
going
Yeah.
in our pockets. It's going in the fields over here.
But
So
when we explain we have to weeding and labor and everything it costs us, it's just our costs are so much higher. Green City Market is really big with chefs, so we've been fortunate because most of the chefs go there. But what we have found is that chefs really have to be passionate about local and sustainable food. And not only do they have to be passionate, but the owners or the people writing the checks have to be passionate.
and their customers too.
Right.
You know, yeah.
Because if they're not, if any of those are not there, then it's not gonna. We've had chefs that are passionate about it, and then they're working for someone that, no, let me buy my produce from B because
Right.
it's 40% cheaper.